All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're putting together a playbook, not just for surviving, but for actually thriving in this new age of AI. I mean, the world of work is changing faster than ever, and we're gonna break down exactly what you need to know to stay ahead of the curve. So let's get into it. First up, we have to get one thing crystal clear. The stuff we're talking about? This isn't some far-off futuristic dream. Nope, it's happening right now, today. It's reshaping entire industries and creating brand new ways of working, literally as we speak. And if you want proof of just how real this is, just look at this quote from OpenAI. When they launched their latest video model, they called it the most powerful imagination engine ever built. I mean, that's not a small claim, right? That signals a massive, massive leap in what's possible. This is the new reality we're all figuring out together. So let's start right there by unpacking this new AI reality. Because this new wave of tools isn't just an update, it's fundamentally changing the entire professional game. And understanding that is step one in our playbook. So what is this Sora 2 thing anyway? Well, in simple terms, it's an AI that can whip up realistic, short videos, sound and everything, just from a few words of text you type in. But here's the real kicker. It's not just about making cool videos. The key feature is something they call cameos, which lets you literally cast yourself in an AI-generated scene. See? This isn't just powerful tech anymore. It's getting super personal. Now, a feature like cameos, yeah, it might sound a little intimidating, maybe even scary, but this is exactly where the opportunity is. Get this, a report from IBM found that a whopping 87% of executives believe AI is here to augment our jobs, to make them better, not to replace us. The game isn't over, it's just that the rules are being rewritten. And that idea really gets to the heart of our playbook today. A Workday report put it perfectly. They said AI isn't here to be the new face of work. It's the tool that will let our own human talent shine even brighter. And you know what? That sets up our very first rule perfectly. Okay, rule number one. This is all about what I like to call the human edge. It's about doubling down on the skills that AI, with all its incredible power, just can't copy. And these skills are becoming more valuable than ever before. So it begs the question, right? In a world where we have imagination engines at our fingertips, what skills are genuinely, truly irreplaceable? What's going to make us essential partners next to these powerful machines? Well, the answer lies in what people are starting to call power skills. Adaptability is huge because things are going to keep changing fast. Critical thinking is absolutely vital for telling the AI what problems to solve in the first place. Communication and empathy, those are the human connections that actually drive everything. And of course, you need honesty, integrity, and real strategic thinking to guide this technology in the right direction. And hey, this isn't just a hunch. The data is practically screaming it. A recent survey from Wiley found that a staggering 80% of people agree that these human-centric, soft skills are now more important than ever. The takeaway here is huge. Our humanity is our new competitive advantage. Okay, let's get into our second rule, which builds right on top of the first one, the tech foundation. Having those amazing human skills is absolutely essential, but to really take off, you've got to pair them with a solid understanding of the technology you'll be using. You got to know what's under the hood. Now, don't let this table freak you out. You don't need to become a world-class AI researcher overnight, but knowing the basics, that's a total game changer. We're talking about a little familiarity with programming languages like Python, the language used to talk to AI, understanding the basics of data analysis, the core ideas of machine learning, and yeah, even a little bit of the math that makes it all tick. You don't have to be an expert, but you do have to be curious. And this brings us to our third and final rule, where everything really comes together: embracing the new workflow. This is where your human skills from rule number 1 and your tech foundation from rule number 2 combine to completely change how work gets done. We are shifting from being the person who does everything to being a director and a collaborator with an AI. A really cool example of this is a new concept called vibe coding. Seriously. Instead of painstakingly writing every single line of code, the developer just gives instructions in plain English, the vibe, and then guides the AI as it builds the final product. You focus on the big vision, and the AI handles the grunt work. This slide really just nails the whole shift. Our role changes. We're not just the writer and the architect obsessing over syntax and doing all the manual labor anymore. We're becoming the director and the collaborator, focusing on the big picture vision and working with our AI partner to make it a reality. It's a whole new way of thinking. And if you want to know just how profound this change is, just listen to this quote from a top AI researcher, Andre Carpathy. He said that when he's vibe coding, he often just hits accept all on the AI's suggestions without even reading them. I mean, think about that. That's a level of trust and a completely different style of working together that we're just now starting to see emerge.
So, we've covered the new reality and the 3 big rules of the playbook. Now for the most important part. What's your next move? Let's make this real. Let's make it actionable.
I know, starting this journey can feel pretty overwhelming, but honestly, it's so much more achievable than you probably think. You don't have to boil the ocean and learn everything all at once. It's really just about taking that first step.
So here's one way you can map out your first year. For the first 3 months, just focus on building that foundation. The Python, the math, the stats we talked about. Then, for the next few months, you can dive into the core concepts of machine learning. After that, it's time to pick an area to specialize in and actually build some real projects. And finally, from month 10 on, you embrace the most important part of all, lifelong learning. Because this field, it is never, ever going to stop moving. So the bottom line is this. The technology is ready. The tools are already here. AI is ready to be your most powerful collaborator, your creative partner, your own personal imagination engine. The only question left is, are you?